Guys, my buddy Gary bought this boat off of eBay. This is a Great Plains Wildcat catamaran, twin motors. So, yeah, this thing is old like my old Viper, so maybe even older. Anyway, let's get this thing opened up, check it out, and see what we can do with it. Take a look. One of the awesome things is it's got the original box. I mean, the box isn't exactly in perfect condition, but it is the original, so it appears I guess all that stuff is like how it maybe came, and it fit the box right, but it's got the, oh, that's nice. It's got the rudders and all that on it. Let's, this is Velcroed into place. Oh, wow. Look at this ESC. Holy moly, talk about primitive. I mean, it's for a boat, so I guess you really don't need a lot of speed control, right? Wow. I gotta dig into this a little bit. Here is the boat. Check that out. A couple little Mabushis, I guess. Hong Kong RS 550. I have no idea what turn that is. Oh, the wires are, the motors are wired in series. So that means whatever power we got out of this, looks like the batteries were in series. So if we had a couple 7.2 volt NiCads, because yeah, NiCads, that would actually cut that in half at about 3.6 volts a piece because they're in series. So each one kind of splits the volts. Huh, that is definitely an old way of doing this. We may have to change that. Yeah. But anyway, wow. That is awesome. Let's get this thing lifted out of here. Wow, the hull is in really good shape. Wow, this is impressive. Let me get back a little bit. This is nice. Let's see, what have we got here? We have got something up in the hole I got to work on. Are those factory, or are they put in? I like the props. Now look at how low the props are in relation to the hull. That means they're mostly going to be in the water, so this thing should actually launch good. Wow. Okay, let me do a little more digging on this and get right back to video on it. This is awesome. This was rattling. This is actually the original antenna. Wow. And look at this. We actually have the original manual, and there's the stand for it. Actual legit wood. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got to open this up. We'll be very gentle, Gary. Don't worry. I'll be easy with your really old instruction manual. Guys, let's open this up. Now, the first thing I see here is warning. This is not a toy. If these guys knew back then what we have now, they probably wouldn't even put that on there. So let's open this thing up here. Table of contents. You got instructions on the stand. Oh yeah. See, all the rudder stuff, it was not put on. You had to put this on. So this is almost like a kit. This is awesome. Your tools, everything. It's all in SAE standard size. I don't think we even had metric yet. Okay, we had to cut to put the servos in place. To mark it, drill it. Wow. This is awesome. Got instructions mounting the antenna, which this guy right here. Coil the receiver around the plastic piece. Okay. There's old stuff here, guys. Wow, this is neat. Okay, the ESC. The ESC actually double sticky. You can look right there. Had some tape on it. On top of the servo. And that's how that actually worked. So, wow. Double stick tape on top of the servo for your ESC. There's the wiper and everything right there. Okay, here's your motors, your props. Yeah, that's what it was. This was a kit boat is what it was. It was certainly not what we consider a RTR or a RTR nowadays. Completely different. Even got the Velcro. I wonder if that could be the same factory Velcro. Look at this. You got to drill it. That's awesome. Okay, we got a supplemental instructions here. Let's take a look at this. This new speed control is a replacement for the resistor type speed control that was provided with the Wildcat boat. Please do not use the original speed control as damage may result under certain conditions. All right, the original speed control uses ceramic resistors to the motor, forward reverse. This new speed controller uses one of the batteries for low speed forward, the other battery for low speed reverse, and both batteries are used for high speed. Wow. So if you're putting around in low speed, just putting around, you're actually killing one battery. And if you decide you want to drive in reverse for an hour, you'll kill the other battery. But both of them together, as best I can tell, is actually in series on the batteries. Then the motors are in series too, so it cuts everything pretty much down to like one battery per motor when you look at everything, how it works and all that. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure this one out. So test motor operation, how to have racing fun with your Wildcat. Oh, this is how to make a buoy, okay? A gallon-sized plastic milk jug, nylon string enough to reach the bottom, bolt, rock, or heavy object for the anchor. Wow, we don't see that in instructions, do we? I mean, I haven't messed with boats too much, but... And look right here, it actually gives you the layout for if you want to actually do the race. This is awesome, got part numbers. Speaking of part numbers, look at that. That's an actual phone number. I'm half tempted to call that just to see if it still works. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Oh, Gary, you better hang on to these things. That is just phenomenal. As far as the ESC goes, this is really, really, really ancient. So, Gary actually gave me a Hobbywing 1080 to put in this, which although the 1080 will do it, 1080 is more of a crawler ESC. I found this right here, which is the Dynamite version of a Hobbywing 1060. This is a little bit better suited for this application. So, and it's got mounting tabs on it, so I'll be able to mount it in there pretty nice. So this is what we're going to use. I'll change the motor connectors out, and I'll put the other connectors on the other two wires. So the motors are going to stay in series. I'm not going to change that actually. So now this is only good to 3S. So the motors are going to only get, say 12 volts for the 3S. They're only going to get, say, 6 volts per motor. So that's not too far off of where they would be. If this would do 4S, it would be actually right on the money for it. But maybe he'll get a 860 ESC or something that can do 4S. But regardless, I'm going to get this set up on that and get it powered up. Well guys, let's power it up. It is on a single 3S right here, and the motors are in series like I've... Ooh. Obviously I don't have a steering servo in it right now. With the old ancient wires to get messed up. Now you can tell by the wires, the diameter, this is not a high amp boat at all, but let's see if they run. The sound is good. It sounded good. They sound great. Now, the whole series thing, I want to show you guys something here. They're both turning, right? Watch this. Now, granted, I'm not giving them full throttle, you know, but... So, don't do that at home, guys. But anyway, in the series, if this motor stalls out, it gets held up, the more the power goes through this one. Like the resistance of this right here shorts out through the armature and all that, goes over into here. Granted, it's not 100% flow, but it's there. It sounds great. Really, it sounds good. I don't hear any bad motor bearings. This thing has not been in the water, not been in the water much. I mean, it's been in the water, but not much. That's awesome. So I found a servo. It's a little slow, but I think it'll be just fine for this particular vehicle, you know. Let's go ahead and spin that motor over again, or motors. Ooh, sounds a little weird reversed, don't it? Let's see if they're going in the right direction. They got to turn this way right here. Let's see. Yeah, they're turning correctly. That's awesome. Now, one thing I did notice is the hull, it needs to be re-glued the top to the bottom. So you got to watch the corners, or if not, you'll put water right up into it. This thing turns, guys. Look at that. And that's the very thing that'll put water in the hole. This thing is awesome. What's bad is when I do videos like this and I've got a borrowed vehicle for a project or something, I always want to buy the vehicle. And this is no exception. This thing handles great. Quiet too. Takes off solid because them props are in the water. You know, they're not, you know, half in, half out like the modern boats, when they're just, you know, all about hauling butt on top. You know, so there's no cavitation. Just launch. I would not try that with one of my other boats. It would not make that turn, but look at that. Let's go full turn. Wow. Oh, if I owned this, it would probably get destroyed. Oh, wow. Look at how good this thing turns, guys. Look at that. Look at that. I think it's awesome. This is awesome. Some nice souped up motors. Nothing special, just a little bit more, you know, maybe some nice metal props if they make them for it. This thing is an awesome runner. I mean, it would be. It is. Look at this. Awesome. Look at that. Not even 100 degrees. Look at that. Now, granted, I didn't really get on it too much. I'm only running one 3S battery. The other battery is sitting over here is for ballast, you know, to balance and all that. But this thing runs great. Really impressive. This thing drives awesome. I mean, granted, it's very tame as opposed to like the Sonicwake 36 like you guys have seen recently. It's about on par though with the old Kyosho, except this one makes the turns really good. Now, my modified Kyosho, that's a little bit different story. I really like the dual motor setup in here. I like that the props are in the water. It doesn't cavitate until it finally catches and goes, you know. It just simply goes. I did talk to Gary, and Gary has on order the 880 Hobbywing ESC, so we can actually put 4S on it. Now, remember, the motors are in series. So if you put 14 volts through 2 motors connected the way these are, it's going to be like each motor is getting 7 volts. So it splits it. Now, if one motor stalls, you know, like I mentioned, it goes, you almost get a full pass through of this motor, the stalled motor, almost like a dead short, but not quite, to the other motor. So the one free motor is really going to be turning. So, and I'm not sure what turn these motors are. You know, they may be 27 turn 550s. You know, that would make a lot of sense. Temperature was not even a problem. And I mentioned the wire size. The wire size being small is pretty much a telltale sign that it's not engineered for high amps, real high speed, and it's not engineered to, well, this was engineered in a different time, a different era, you know, before brushless, before lipo, before all that. So it's a little bit of a different world with this thing right here. So anyway, guys, we are going to get this on 4S when it gets to 880 ESC in. So we're going to see what should be the factory speed at that point, because it was a bit slow, I do believe. 6 volts per motor, you know, crossing through it. But anyway, guys, hopefully you liked the video. I enjoy this right here. This is fun. I know a couple of you guys are going to say, why didn't you make the old ESC work? And maybe we will a little bit later on. But for right now, this is Gary's boat. And, well, if I end up owning this thing, we'll have to see. I may put the stock ESC in it, or I might try 6S. But I won't do that. Never mind. Anyway, guys, hopefully you liked the video. Check that description. I'll put some boats down in there. Obviously, you're probably not going to find this one. But if I do find it on eBay, I'll list it for you. So, guys, check that description. Use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. And thank you all for watching. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So, in the description, there's a link to become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's a very simple $2, $5, $10, or if you really got some money, $25 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel. So, get that, and I am doing monthly giveaways for members only, so you might want to consider it. So, guys, use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching.